I have an ex-colleague who got killed just 2 days ago. A young guy and he was shot. It's not fictional, it is not fake because people I know gets that.
Brutally bullied. The word is really brutally bullied. Nothing is being done to protect them. That's the hardest part for us to see and to witness.
The armed forces of Myanmar launched a military coup on the 1st of February this year and overthrew the democratic government. In its wake was a tremendous wave of resistance. The Civil Disobedience Movement, or CDM, was launched. The Burmese took to the streets to protest and go on strike. The banking system was crippled. For almost 2 months now, hundreds of people have been in conflict as the civilian government collapsed and the military junta continued to oppress the nation. However, this has not done much to deter civilian disobedience. Amidst the turbulence, many foreigners have fled the country. However, 3 Malaysians whom we spoke to decided to remain in the country for the time being. Anne, Andy and Ben are all business executives in Myanmar who have been working and living there for more than 7 years. All of them were caught off guard when the sudden coup d'etat took place.
I'm surprised. Did not expect this.
I am shocked. Really didn't expect after almost 10 years of democracy, they would revert to this.
The military coup flipped Myanmar's political landscape upside down. Their decade-long democratic regime was suddenly halted, so it is no surprise why the masses are reacting in this way. The 3 Malaysians we spoke to told us that most of their local friends opposed the military junta. Some among them are wanted, some were even shot dead.
I have an ex-colleague who got killed just 2 days ago, and I have a ex-colleague who was driving downtown, and then he got picked up. They pulled him out of the car. He got bashed up for no reasons. So things are really happening, and directly people that I know. The reason they are shutting down the mobile, the internet is because of this. I personally think there's a lot more death than the actual number they're showing. We have friends who went into hiding right now. Their names are published on the national TV. And not one of them, there's a few of them that are into hiding because they've been protesting. And the military is cracking down right now on the CDM. Initially, it was a bit of like a political, but once the killing starts, it becomes like something like a humanity. It's no longer a political A party versus B party. It's just terrorists killing people. We are in the country, so we see that, and the people are really fighting for their life.
Since the coup in February, the military government had intermittently blocked internet services in most parts of the country. Many major cities have become conflict zones.
Last night there were some disturbances in our neighborhood. They made some arrests simply because they could not find the people they are looking for, so they arrested the family members. It was a 75-year-old grandmother and a teenage boy that had been taken.
It's live one day at a time at this point. There is a lot of insecurity around. After 9 a.m. I don't go out. So I go out in the morning, right? If I want to get groceries, I go at 7. I'll be back by 9. I'm rarely out. No one knows what's going to happen tomorrow. Tomorrow there may be a barricade directly in front of the house that I'm staying. It's going to be soldiers right in front of the house that I'm staying. It could. You never know.
Many workers in the banking system went on strike as their way of protesting the coup. As a result, the majority branches of private banks were forced to close. Some places were even having bank runs.
You have like over 100 people queuing for one single ATM machine. So there are people struggling for cash right now because first, you can't use any mobile payment. There's no mobile internet, right? Even for businesses, that salary for the staff, for example, some staff requested not to bank into the bank because they can't get the money out. Every day is like a crisis management day. If you are in a business, if there's a new rules, there's a township that is brought onto a martial law, or there's another things that happen in the different townships. So we just have to kind of manage those on daily updates, like what happens here, how can we react.
Even though the situation in Myanmar is worsening, Anne, Andy and Ben consider themselves lucky to still be able to hang on to their jobs. However, the reason they chose to stay on is not merely because of job security, but also because of their empathy for the people of Myanmar. They wish to stay on and be alongside their local friends and colleagues.
We've been here for so long. I think there is some obligation for us. We are not just here for business. We are not just here for work. We have made friends here. We have a good network of locals so that can support us in need. And what we can do is also to try to support them.
Basically, they're being bullied, brutally bullied. The word is really brutally bullied. And no, nothing is being done to protect them. That's the hardest part for us to see and to witness. And as well as some of these are our friends, people who have looked out for us before. It's very, very, very frustrating and very, very heartbreaking as well. I think the world needs to keep knowing that this is happening.
I'm not worried for myself. I'm worried for the people out there. It doesn't really affect my plans here. I still plan to stay. My long term was always to stay here as long as I can. On a personal level, I've come to call this my second home. I may not be a local here, but I've taken a very strong connection with the country and the people here. To be honest, I don't feel this sad for my home country. I feel sad here with everything that's going on. I just hope that the violence would stop.
The decision for me is to stay until we can stay. We came to other people's land to live, and they have welcomed us with open arms. You know, they've thoroughly and truly welcomed us for the last 9 years. For me, I cannot do it. To just selfishly abandon them right at the time where the country has turned ugly it's not the right thing to do. Yeah, maybe there is also not a lot that I can do. I mean, I can't go out and fight with them in the front line or whatever it is, but at least I'm here to offer my support to them morally, if they need a listening ear or whatever it may be. I hope that our presence would mean something to them at this ugly stage of what they're going through.